Now, so episode 5 of the Lamborghini has opened up. And yeah, there's a couple of ones in this that definitely won't be doable in a single day because, yeah, the buy items in the Legend store. I did say I'll just run down through the text of these because I've seen quite a load of people in different regions are missing text on all the events. So hopefully if you see the icon here, if that icon is in your game and it's missing the text behind it, you'll be able to see exactly what you're meant to do. But yeah, starting off, drift 15k meters in daily events using class A and C cars. Something like that. Again, I would advise not trying to grind that out, but just getting that, because yeah, 15k meters isn't exactly that many, and yeah, there's a couple in this that are definitely ones to just do naturally. Same here for the second one. Perform airtime multiplayer 150 seconds, so yeah, you can go high in races, but like that is just going to cost you time if you try and grind out that amount of time. 3-star car required for all of those. Reputation for your club would be the third goal, so that's pretty much given for anyone who's playing the game in any way actively at all. Here's the one that won't be able to do it today, but yeah, items from the Legend store. I'll go through some that I would pick up on that just to speed it up a small little bit anyway. Cairo Midwest, finished 35 races, just another grind picking stuff from the career or doing daily events. First place in Shanghai 35 times, same thing again, career, we'll find a nice short track for that one. 45 seconds in Hotel Road in single race in the Caribbean. Yeah, if I don't recall, that's like a 30-second track, so 45 seconds there should be absolutely trivial. Jumps in the Lamborghinis. That's cool enough because in multiplayer, like using Lamborghinis inside there is not too bad at all. There's quite a selection of cars. Just if you're limited in the ones you have to choose, just yeah, pick whichever one you have and just yeah, go and, like I said, play the game normally. I wouldn't advise grinding out a lot of these. Most of them are ones that are just like, yeah, you just get them by playing the game. Barrel rolls in a Centenario though. Centenario isn't the car I would naturally choose for stuff, and the same with Shockwaves. So what I might do for that is take that car into a track like say Dipping Down or so would be a prime candidate for loads of barrel roll opportunities, and yeah, get that one grinded out without having to race in a Centenario too many times, because it doesn't have to be anywhere in particular, just the Centenario. Edited from Storm in the future, this nitro bottles in a special event can't be done in the GP, has to be done in the CN special event because of a text piece which is missing from it. So yeah, that's CN nitro bottles that we're waiting on that to open up, which will be available as of release of this video, hopefully. And then the final question at the end is beat 83 seconds the Eternal City and Rome in a single career race using the Centenario. So yeah, it's a tight enough challenge, actually, I think, maybe with that one at the Eternal City, because that's a 90-second course, but Centenario is a powerful enough car. Even at low tuning, it's not a car I would ever advise people chase it down too much, but there is a car hunt coming in for that, so if you don't have the Centenario unlocked, yeah, the car hunt should be kicking off for that as of pretty much the uploading of this video. The first one of these, though, that's a bit of a grind out is the, yeah, Legend Store, 15 items to be bought inside there. So yeah, if you're in a situation like me where you're looking at a very, very useful Legend Store like this, where you've got things like, yay, an epic import part for the Lamborghini Hurricane Evo Spider. That's useful considering I've got that car golded, so brilliant. One thing I would suggest doing, and they're not the worst for this because it's just basically thinking of it as buying some trade coins for the price, but when you see the uncommon parts inside here for 25k, just to buy one of each level of that, just if you're kind of like in a scenario like me, I know not many people are, like I can get the Shelby, the Aperta, and the Genti are useful blueprints for me from this, but I have all of the other cars that are available that can show up for credits, but I know that loads of other players will have a lot more options for this, so I am completely kind of like stuck for things that I can buy here, especially when it comes to yeah, buying 15 items. I am kind of looking at either, you know, having to buy epic import parts or else just spend credits on stuff. Like I said, I can get a Perta blueprints, but still at the same time they cost quite a bit to pick up a handful of. Just gonna get into some of these though. The beat 45 seconds in Hotel Road in a single race on the Caribbean. that can be found. Welcome to Paradise in Career, track number 2. And would it be possible to beat the 45 seconds in the BMW Z4? Maybe. I know Hotel Road is marked as a 60-second track, but this is the track that was used in the Grand Prix stage. So it's like, it's not really a 60-second track. It falls just slightly longer than 30 seconds with some of the supercars. But I'll see, is 45 seconds possible in this lowest rated of the cars available for it? So just for new players, because obviously, like, yeah, these legend passes are attractive for new players, but some of these quests may be difficult if you don't have the cars and such unlocked for them. Whoa, I forgot how terrible the handling of this thing is. That was actually trying to turn that corner. The car was just, nope. Cedo 27. 15 seconds to get around the corner. Could be tight. But yeah, like 40. Yeah, it's doable with the worst one of the cars with like relative ease. There's still 4 seconds to spare. That is quite tuned version of that terrible car, but yeah, if you've got any other options with this, it's going to be fine for that challenge of 45 seconds and that really. Knock that one out. Oh, it's 45 seconds even, yeah, in that track. So that's tier 27 unlocked. Beating 83 seconds in Eternal City in a career race, though. In this one needs the Centenario, so it'll also go for a few barrel rolls and shockwaves potentially in that. Centenario isn't exactly a stunty car, but it's definitely one where you want to just try and get some of those done. But 83 seconds, Eternal City. Now, one of the earliest places you'll find this with access to the Centenario is the second tier of career here in Euro tracks. So it's the very, very first track on that. And this one allows you access to the Centenario as well, which is the requirement. And you just need 83 seconds on this. Now, obviously, my version of the Centenario here is pretty significantly tuned. But yeah, like S-Class car on this track should be able to punch out that 83 seconds with relative ease, I'd say. Eternal City is actually not exactly the shortest of the Rome tracks, but yeah, definitely 83, so 1 minute 23 seconds. It's weird to see it listed as just a seconds counter, but what you gonna do? Like, I need also some shockwaves and barrel rolls with the Centenario, and just jumps in general with Lamborghinis, so I won't shy away from those if possible. But at the same time, like, again, this car is never exactly that nimble when it comes to yeah, actually throwing it around the place. So those just kind of play it a small bit safe when it comes to the handling style of the Centenario. Obviously you're going to get a couple of barrel rolls and a few jumps by default here. Oh, even just one on that, because yeah, this car weighs literally a ton. But main goal is just to knock the time out on this one, because I have a fair idea that I can grind out quite a lot of the barrels and shockwaves in a single race. But here, like I said, just want to get that 83 seconds down for sure, and just keep it as on the straight and narrow as possible. That's like, yeah, I got quite a few seconds to spare there. Like 13 seconds to the good with that, but that is like a near max tune version of Centenario. Centenario, one of those cars that I would always advise players against focusing their like kind of upgrading towards. Like, of the 4 free cars, definitely, well, since the FXK was nerfed quite a bit, like in Hypersport and the Titanium are way better than Centenario for sure. And yeah, like it's just, it doesn't pay off towards the end, because like this car gets quite costly in the credits of tuning it up at the end. And yeah, it never really pays back the investment really into it, like other than events where you just actually have to use it. Tier 28 unlocked, another part for the Asterion, pretty cool. Now, to take off these 3 then, shockwaves, barrel rolls and jumps in Lamborghini and in the Centenario. These are all very, very easy to do on the Euro tracks as well, and just go straight to the last mission here. So, Path of the Wind, lock in your Centenario. And yeah, like, while I mentioned the possibility of doing this on, say, something like dipping down doesn't come until later in the career, and there's actually a place in Path of the Wind where you can grind out jumps far faster than I think you would be able to do it on any of the other tracks in the game, especially using, say, like the Centenario. Keep in mind as well that, like, you don't need to win this race for this, so all you want to focus on is fill your nitrometer, shockwave like crazy. You can just spam that out, get as many barrel rolls as you can obviously per run, and yeah, just advance into the end of the stage. So I just need a handful of shockwaves, but like, you can get a load here while just starting off the race. Just fill the nitrometer, wiggle the rear end of the car, and then just spam X, Y together and the B button. Get us some barrel rolls, finish off that quest, as well as obviously going to be some jumps. Now hit the, if you can get the edge of the ramps like that as well, you can launch yourself for some barrel rolls. But yeah, this track has a fair enough couple of opportunities for it. Another one up along here. Run a shockwave for good measure. Go far right on this side, and yeah, you can get a good few barrel rolls out of that. If you actually drop onto the if you drop onto the lower tier there as well, you can definitely finish off a couple of extra barrel rolls before you would touchdown. Keep hanging right, just grind the rail, and you get a ton of barrel rolls. Fall left for some more. And now, because that would be me finished off for the barrel rolls, I'm just going to be looking for jumps. There is another barrel roll opportunity up here on the left and right hand side. Both has them. But what this track also has is this hole, which is definitely where I would happily throw the Centenario quite a few times. And each time you throw it in here, it counts as a jump, which is really handy if you don't want to be going out of your way to play with the Centenario or any of the other Lamborghinis. Just if you want to grind this one out quickly, like I said, reverse, swing. Where do you think you're going, Centenario? You're going in the hole, because of course you are. But yeah, every time you see it leaving the ground for that, you just get the airtime notification, and that is just, yeah, not exactly the easiest to swing the car back around, but it's definitely easier than driving the Lamborghini more than it needs to be. This track, just pick it, get to the end, and throw it into that hole repeatedly. All counts as jumps, which is unfortunate for the car, but yeah, there's my 30 shockwaves, nailed. Oh, and I didn't actually get the barrel rolls then, enough with that, so how many more of those am I missing? Just quick check, I'm missing 6 barrel rolls and yeah, 30 or so more jumps. So I'll see, can I get 30 jumps in a single race in this one? I found a nice little spot here where I can use for this. Many jumps. Like, yeah, I think this one should definitely grant me my 30 jumps in this. I mean, ooh, sure is quite a lot of acrobatic movement there with the Centenario. Just a case of, like, you could obviously grind this one out, because the jumps just needs to be done in a Lamborghini, and there's some decent Lambos in the game, like the Terzo, the Evo Spider. But if you just want to grind them out like I kind of do, and just get them out of the way ASAP and not be kind of going out of your way to get them, there's the 100 jumps, so 30 plus in that race. And there's the last 6 barrel rolls done in there. Way, my Lamborghini Veneno blueprints that I needed to start that one up for the special event that ended a week ago. Thank you, Gameloft. With this drift and daily events, if you did want to grind it out, one of the places I went for that is just, yeah, daily car loot, and just come in here and just give yourself an A or a C class car just. So like, yeah, Dodge Viper AC or play anyway. like most of these tracks are, you clock up about 1200, maybe 1400 meters per run. So just, yeah, you can obviously do this one naturally again, but if you wanted to just accelerate the progress with it, just make sure, like I said, that you do it in the C or an A class car. So yeah, you get yourself some trade coins from doing that, as well as, like I said, just to get it out of the way with ASAP, and just put your car into a drift. You can even, like, yeah, for most of these, just lock a car in a drift and you'll still count the time. If you've got a car that's tuned high enough, just leave it in the drift state the entire run. The AC, or especially H2 speed, will have no trouble just drift the entire one of the daily car loots. 23 seconds, that would give you the it's those reward times are dropped so much. But yeah, like that is just a case of want to knock it out of the way really fast. There we go, nice and handy. But yeah, it's just a few legend pass points nicely clocked in. Now, in terms of the two races which just need to be grinded out here, the finish races in Cairo / US Midwest or Shanghai. Easiest place for that is very close to the start of the career. So just, yeah, get as far as Class D Rookie and track number 2 there and 4 are both like 30-second tracks, really quick. Shanghai at number 2 and Cairo at number 4. And these are ones as well that just, yeah, they've got a car rating requirement so low that pretty much any decent enough D-class car, so like Lotus Elite Sprint, you can throw this in here 35 times, touch drive, no input whatsoever. And yeah, it's just a case of like, the DS E10s could do this as well, the Honda Civic can, the Lotus. So like between those three cars, the cars will pretty much refuel before the loading and stuff is complete, or before, if you use one and just skip to the other and just go back and forth between those, you can grind out the 70 races required for this one, just while doing other stuff with your Switch. Just come back and start race, select car, go, and then just come back a minute later and do same thing again. Wash, rinse, repeat, if you want to just grind this one and get it out of the way. Alternatively, you can of course just leave that one play itself out naturally. You'll get those through like multiplayer races and stuff like that over the next couple of weeks. It's just, if you want to grind it out faster, it is possible to do so with just Class D Rookie and tracks 2 and 4 for that. And you can see like the Lotus there tearing through that 32 seconds. So it'll work out, including loading time, probably about 1 hour each for both of those. But you can just chuck your cars at them while you're kind of not using the Switch for much else. And double roundabout is the exact same, just same selection, D-class cars, just pick one, leave it to it. And oh yeah, since I even started the previous race, my Honda Civic has fully refueled itself. So again, this one is just a case of like, I would advise possibly just focusing on one of those, because I noticed that like the game has a tendency to crash more when you're changing from one race to the next, whereas if you're repeatedly doing the same event over and over again, it likely won't crash. But this is one that you can just leave the cars to grind out on their own. And Honda Civic, Lotus Elise, DSE10s, great cars for touch drive. Some of the other ones like TVR, I probably wouldn't use. Mazda Furai, I'm not a hat, what are you even doing? But say like the AI may run into your cars and stuff like that. But in touch drive, the races are so short and the car rating is so low that like the cars, as soon as you pass the 80% mark, you'll notice all the AI cars will just drop straight back. So unless something really weird happens, like it would have to be weirder than that. You can see there 80% marks passed. Honda Civic passes the car rating requirements, so the AI just drops away and sheds off like that. So like even with the AI trying to get crazy there, it's still well possible to do these ones in about an hour a piece each for them. Now, and there we go, that's my should be final run of Shanghai completed. And yeah, that's still like very far away from the next tier that I would get. Pretty much like, yeah, that's gonna definitely make the CN event, which is possibly, as of release of this video, active and live. Buy items in the Legend store. Yeah, that's another one that like I'm gonna get the 12 of those over the next couple of days. But as for now, that's pretty much all of these missions complete. Handily enough. But I'm gonna pick up the rewards from all of these things anyway. It'll leave me one off of a Galado blueprint, but I'm pretty sure that this should be easily enough to actually get the the Galado unlocked and star up the Veneno as well, as if I've worked this one out properly, which would have been cool obviously to do that during the cool Asterion, something to get credited. But yeah, it would have been cool to get the Veneno upgrade during the Veneno event, but this battle pass thing wasn't obviously designed to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna be missing one for that. Yeah, so I will need to get that last two missions finished off in there before I actually get the Galado unlocked. But Veneno, yay! That's cool as a get for yeah, just one extra star for that. That's a card I really enjoyed actually playing the special event of it. I think people put it down a lot because there was a lot of focus just on the Jesco GP, which I know is like important because the Jesco is such a powerful car, but that doesn't mean that like just because one car is good, you're always going to want to race multiple cars, because like, yeah, as best the Jesco can be is like 6 fuel units. But still, definitely, like, I would say this one, it's unfortunate if people overlooked it, because, yeah, it was a pretty cool car. Take one look at the new parts for the Asterion then that were unlocked there, and new the main power hood. Pretty cool looking different carbon fiber venting on the front of that, not too bad, and a different trunk. Wow, that is literally nothing. Jesus, that's terrible. Which extra rims were unlocked then today? Just the North Down version. No, I'll definitely be sticking with those cool alloyed ones. And tire wise then, what was got there? Speed rims. Cool enough, but not as cool as those. Yeah, again, I'll show this. So back to the metallic-y look treads. I just like that combination of those alloys and that. But yeah, that boot, that is literally nothing. Like, that's just awful. It's just one layer around the thing. But why did I choose this car of all cars to try and like make pretty with cosmetics? But I suppose that's not a game loft on Switch side. That is the way the event played through on the global version of the game. But yeah, that's it for me though for episode 5. These next two I'm gonna have to do tomorrow, or would be today as of release of this video, since this was obviously recorded Thursday. But yeah, like hopefully going through this quest, there's a few like easy enough places where you can grind out some of those anyway, so hopefully this helped out. And yeah, like it's cool enough season pass so far. There's just been quite a few mistakes and stuff with text and events not kind of lining up properly, and just general weirdness. I don't know, it's not exactly like confidence boosting when you see stuff that's just kind of like problems from a year ago that are still kind of converted forward. But yeah, I don't know, I guess it's a free-to-play game. At the same time, you have to like take some good with the bad, or take some bad with the good, whichever way you want to look at that. But yeah, guys, that's it from me in this one. There's a sub button up there if you enjoy these videos. I cover all the events in Asphalt. There is other stuff from my channel up there and there. Hopefully new stuff up there if I've done my stuff right, and yeah, other videos at this side as well, guys. Alright, good luck, and as always, yeah, drive safe, enjoy your Galados if you're unlocking those, if you got the bundle pass today. And yeah, a Veneno upgrade. Woo! Yeah, wish you could send that upgrade back in time a small bit, but yeah, what you gonna do? It's almost like this event was designed to make people feel bad for spending a tenner and not 15. Works the complete opposite on me, makes me feel bad for spending a tenner, and boop. Alright, Storm out.